Let's go. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Heartland Highlight Reel for April the 2nd, 2026. This is Dave Little recording from the Dave Cave with a recap of action from Heartland Championship Wrestling and all around the Filsinger Games Universe. And it has been a big week all over the place in the universe. Let us get it going. First of all, we will cover the Patriot Championship Wrestling action that took place last night in the Montreal Forum. Hosted as always by the one and only Bill Apter. Plenty of great action in Montreal last night. In our opening contest, it was Paul Jones, number one Paul Jones, getting a submission victory over Hercules Hernandez with the Indian Deathlock. Paul Jones has already delivered some surprises early in his Heartland Championship Wrestling run. Kevin Sullivan was up next, and he took out Bob Armstrong by pinfall with a pile driver. Kevin Sullivan continues to wreak havoc everywhere he goes. Then it was the 2026 Buckeye Bowl winner Ken Patera in action. It's been an up and down road for Patera, but last night in Montreal, he got a big submission victory over the Great Gama using his swinging full Nelson move. Gama had been on a roll, but Patera took him down last night in Montreal, and that is a huge victory for the Olympic strongman. Also last night in Montreal, we had a series of qualifying matches. Qualifying matches for the Patriot Tag Team Championship. First, it was Ricky Morton and Robert Gibson, the Rock and Roll Express, getting a victory over Dutch Savage and Stan Stasiak when Morton pinned Stasiak with a cross body block. Great teamwork there by the Rock and Roll Express. They are a dynamic team indeed. And they will next have to deal with the team of Mr. Wrestling 1 and Mr. Wrestling 2, your scientific and technical wizards, who got the win in last night's other tag team qualifying match, defeating the team of Steve Kern and Bill Dundee, when Mr. Wrestling 2 pinned Bill Dundee after that devastating $1 million knee lift. So these two teams, the Rock and Roll Express, Mr. Wrestling 1 and 2, will square off against each other for a chance to challenge the Road Warriors for the Patriot Tag Team Championship. Also last night in Montreal, qualifying matches for the Patriot Heavyweight Championship. Kurt Angle is looking for a new number one challenger. And last night in Montreal, it was Ilio DiPaolo with a very close, hard-fought victory over Butch Reed by pinfall with the airplane spin. So big win for Ilio DiPaolo last night. The other qualifying match was just as competitive as the man they call Vader, accompanied by Percy Pringle III, took on the Nebraska Tiger Man John Pesic. And Pesic, in his technical and submission prowess, gave Vader everything he could handle until Percy Pringle III got involved, took off his shoe, and smacked Pesic over the back of the head, leading to a pinfall victory for Vader. So Vader moving on to face Ilio DiPaolo in the number one contenders match for a shot at Patriot Heavyweight Champion Kurt Angle. In our main event last night in Montreal, it was the North American Heavyweight Championship on the line. The proud champion Johnny Valentine, his manager James J. Dillon, taking on Rowdy Roddy Piper, the challenger. Piper accompanied by the aforementioned Percy Pringle III. Only in this match, Percy Pringle III would not have a chance to get involved as James J. Dillon took off his own shoe and cracked Percy Pringle with it. Percy was knocked out at ringside. Roddy Piper was distracted. Johnny Valentine nails Piper with the Atomic Skull Crusher for a pinfall victory in under 3 minutes. Johnny Valentine successfully retaining the North American Heavyweight Championship last night in Montreal. Now let's look at action from around the Filsinger Games Universe. A busy week in Velvet Wrestling. They had a big show on Sunday night. And on that Sunday night show, it was a big show hosted by the one and only Tracy Brooks. We'll hear more from Tracy Brooks later tonight. The opening big match of the show was an Intercontinental title match, triple threat style. Kevin Steen versus Intercontinental Champion Jerry Lawler versus Jesse James. And in a shocking turn of events, it was Jerry Lawler blasting Kevin Steen with a fireball, waylaying Kevin Steen, but in the midst of the ensuing chaos, Jesse James got a roll up on Jerry Lawler with a small package. Jesse James, your new Intercontinental Champion in Velvet Wrestling, but Kevin Steen had to be attended by paramedics and assisted away from ringside. And let's hope for his sake that Steen is a fast healer, because he is also, as you know, your reigning and defending NWA World Heavyweight Champion in the Heartland. And he's got a title defense coming up on April the 25th. Also on the Velvet show, it was the Ladies Heavyweight Championship on the line. The Fabulous Moolah defending her title against Awesome Kong. And Awesome Kong proved herself to be every bit of awesome, pinning the Fabulous Moolah to win the Ladies Heavyweight Championship in Velvet Wrestling. More great action in Velvet Wrestling, capped off by a big battle royal. And that battle royal was won by Barrio Boy Dennis. We see him here. And he wins a shot at Raymond Rowe for the heavyweight championship in Velvet Wrestling. So best of luck to Barrio Boy Dennis, because Raymond Rowe, boy, he is a beast. And he is going to come strong defending that Velvet Wrestling Heavyweight Championship. Also from the Filsinger Games Universe, coming up tomorrow night in Seattle, Great North Wrestling in action. Big show tomorrow night in Seattle. Tag Team Battle Royal. 13 teams will enter. One team will win. And the team that wins that Battle Royal will get a title match later in the evening for the Great North Wrestling World Tag Team Championship, currently held by the Young Bucks, Matt and Nick Jackson. Also tomorrow night in Seattle, the Frontier Championship on the line. The champion Paul Orndorff defending against Austin Idol. A tag team handicap match, Bob Orton Sr. teaming with Bull Ramos and Johnny Valentine to face the team of Otto Wanz and Andre the Giant. My money on Andre the Giant in that match. Loser leaves town, no disqualification matchup in Great North Wrestling tomorrow night. Dusty Rhodes set to take on Terry Funk. Another age-old rivalry to be convened tomorrow night in Seattle. Great North Wrestling Interstate Championship tomorrow night in Seattle. The champion Randy the Macho Man Savage defending against Edge. And in the main event tomorrow night in Seattle, no disqualification, no countout. Great North Wrestling World Championship on the line. The champion Blackjack Mulligan, accompanied by Bobby the Brain Heenan, will defend his title against the one and only Bruno Sammartino. So big action set to take place tomorrow night in Seattle. And of course, if you are a fan of the Heartland, you are a fan of the Butcher Legacy Championship. That title belt commemorated across promotions, an interpromotional title in honor of the memory of our dear friend Kevin Butcher, gone too soon this past December. And of course, if you tuned in last Saturday night on the Epic Sports Broadcasting Network, you saw that title defended by Larry Zbyszko, the living legend, but it was Zbyszko tasting defeat at the hands of Bob Orton Sr., coming down from Great North Wrestling to rough up Larry Zbyszko, hit Zbyszko with his own belt, and took away his title last weekend in Detroit on the Epic Sports Broadcasting Network. After that match, Zbyszko went on the attack, hit Orton with the belt. Zbyszko and Tracy Brooks putting the boots to Bob Orton. Chaos erupted last week in Detroit. Cowboy Bill Watts was involved, representing Great North Wrestling. Neely Bob, representing Velvet Wrestling, got involved. And I think Neely Bob scared the daylights out of Cowboy Bill Watts before order was restored. It was Orton requiring the assistance of the Heartland trainers after the beating delivered by Larry Zbyszko and Tracy Brooks. In the aftermath of that chaos, a ruling has been issued by the Butcher Legacy Championship Committee. A tag team contest will be held this week in Orlando, Florida. Both Zbyszko and Orton were instructed to get tag team partners ready for Saturday night. Bob Orton Sr., he is no dummy. He immediately enlisted the services of the one and only Abdullah the Butcher to come to Orlando to take on Larry Zbyszko. Zbyszko, ever the competitor, staged a battle royal to choose his tag team partner. That battle royal won by Ted DiBiase. So DiBiase and Zbyszko heading to Orlando to take on Bob Orton and Abdullah the Butcher. If Zbyszko and DiBiase win that match, Zbyszko will get a title rematch against Bob Orton for the Butcher Legacy Championship. I can't wait to see what goes down in Orlando. Also in Orlando on Saturday night, the Atlantic Wrestling Federation will be in action on the Epic Sports Broadcasting Network. Your main event will be a number one contenders match for the NWA World Heavyweight Tag Team Championship. Bad Company, Pat Tanaka and Paul Diamond will take on Tracy Smothers and Tommy Rich, the Wild-Eyed Southern Boys, for that NWA World title shot. And these two teams are no strangers to each other. In fact, it was the team of Tanaka and Diamond who recently took the Atlantic Tag Team Championship from Tracy Smothers and Tommy Rich. And those two teams will have to square off again for the tag team titles. But they both have risen to the top two contenders positions in the NWA. So this Saturday night, the Atlantic Tag Team Championship will not be on the line. Instead, it will be a number one contenders match for the World Tag Team Championship. Tanaka and Diamond set to take on Rich and Smothers in Orlando this Saturday night. This weekend we're going to do it Saturday. I know we've been doing Sunday nights most recently, but this Sunday is Easter, and I'm just not feeling the vibe to broadcast a wrestling show on Easter Sunday, so we will take care of business on Saturday, and we hope you all will join us. All right, that is everything from the Dave Cave. Your recap of all of the Filsinger Games Universe wrestling action. Thank you all for tuning in. That's our stream, and I am out of here.